Social media is causing a pandemic of depression because of people are choosing to kill themselves just because of what they see on social media. That is a problem. And if you don't think it's a problem, then you've got bigger problems coming your way. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the JS Show. I'm so excited for you guys to be here, and I appreciate those of you that have returned, that have subscribed. I appreciate you guys more than you will ever know. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. I hope you find great value out of the channel. And just all I ask for those of you that aren't subscribed, or if you're new to the channel, all I ask is if you get value from this, I ask that you please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow. Like the video, that way I know. And then if you want to comment down, leave your true, honest feedback, good or bad, go ahead. I highly encourage you to leave comments because that helps me know where I need to improve and what you want to hear. And then the last thing I ask that you do is just please go and share the message. I may not be the best at getting it across right now to you guys, but I promise you that these messages that I'm giving you can have an impact on people's lives no matter how well I get it across. So yeah, just make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment, let me know how you feel, and then share it with everybody you know. That's all I ask. I don't have any announcements for today's video, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into the action. So social media is, it's a big deal now. Ever since Facebook started, Facebook was the first huge platform. I know there were things like MySpace, all those things, but Facebook is what really transformed the social media space. And initially, the thought behind the initial use for it was it was good. It was good. You could connect with people that you hadn't connected with in a long time and just kind of get a glimpse at their life, which is awesome, especially for people that live far away, just those that you don't get to see very often. But now social media is being used as a weapon to demoralize our society. It's causing people to be depressed, have anxiety, and it's stealing people of their time and their attention. And it ultimately is poisoning their minds. So, first point I have is social media in itself. Social media is causing a pandemic of depression. You could go and look at depression rates, anxiety rates, suicide rates. If you go and look at those, from the time, so before Facebook came about to the very time Facebook started, and you had these other creations of other social media platforms, you could see a huge skyrocket in the amount of people that had depression, the amount of people that had anxiety, and the suicide rate. Granted, I know that there's other things that play a factor into this, but social media is a huge factor in it. And there's a statistic. So just by the simple use of social media for 1 hour a day, your risk of depression goes up by 13%. And that's not even just 1 hour. That's every hour that you spend on social media, your risk of depression goes up by 13%, which is absolutely insane. Because you spend an hour a day, think about how quickly your risk of depression goes up. I mean, 13% stacked on top of each other day after day, it compounds super fast. And the reason that social media is causing a pandemic of depression is because what's happening is you are either seeing people super high times in their life, or you're seeing people super low times in their life. And what happens is the people that are having the super high times in their life, we compare our lives to it and think that our life is a whole lot less fulfilling, less just whatever you want to call it. You don't have as much in your life as they do, and that is what causes depression. But then on the flip side of that, you have people that are constantly playing the victim mindset, the victim card, and what that does is it causes people that are doing well, that have worked hard, are doing well, and they just want to post about it. It's causing those people to feel bad and you feel like, shoot, I'm the bad guy because they're living a crappy life and I'm over here enjoying my time on the beach or whatever. And so either way, it's a lose-lose. You're either feeling that crap because you don't have what other people have, or you're feeling that crap because you have stuff other people don't have. And it's a setup for a huge pandemic of depression and anxiety, which we have. And ultimately, it's a sad thing. That is one of the true weaponizations of social media. And here's the deal with current events going on in the world, the war in Israel, even the war in Ukraine. These are like the first official wars. I mean, I think we were still in Afghanistan and stuff off and on throughout the creation of social media. But these are the first official wars that have taken place in the digital age of social media and all that stuff. And what's happening is it's being used as a weapon. I read an article calling it the 5th gen weapon of war. And what happens is countries are using social media for they're using it as a propaganda machine. They're using it to sway beliefs of people. They're using it to trick people into thinking certain ways. They're using it to scare people. And the thing is, it's scary because a lot of what you see on social media is either a lie, it's just fake in general, or it's computer generated, which it's absolutely mind-blowing to me, and it's scary because these people that we think we should be able to trust, we can't, because they're either lying, what they're talking about is fake, or they're not even a real person, and it's very hard to be able to tell with the technology that they have. So they're using this stuff to poison people's minds and their beliefs and their values, and it's stirring up just separation between people. I'm not going to get into the war, what it means, none of that. And I'm not going to talk about sides or anything. But look, within a week of the war in Israel going on, you had a massive dividing line brought between people. You had people supporting Israel, or you had people supporting Palestine, and it's being broadcasted everywhere. Like, I didn't even know what was going on. I got on TikTok to make a post, actually, and what you know, the first thing I pop up was talking about a war in Israel, and I was like, what? And so I scrolled just to see what else was on there. And sure enough, every single scroll was about the war in Israel. And I hadn't searched it, nothing. It just wanted me to see it. The algorithm wanted me to see it. And that's the thing. It's been proven, even in our own country, in the United States, the 3-letter agencies, the FBI, the CIA, all that stuff, they manipulated the algorithms to push what they want to push out to people. And it's absolutely scary. And so the second thing that is happening with social media is stealing your precious time. Look, so the average person spends 2.5 hours a day on social media. That's 864 hours a year, or equal to 36 days a year. That's the average. That means there's people spending more time than that a day, people spending less time a day. But the average person spending 2.5 hours a day, 36 days a year, just on social media. What? And I'm going to be completely honest. I used to be that person that when I was at school, off at college, and just, doing that thing, there were days that I would spend hours on social media. And I would literally waste entire days just scrolling on my phone or doing stupid stuff on my phone. And it wasn't until I had a real awakening, uh, getting that screen time notification that Apple puts out, and it's saying like my average screen time was like 6 to 8 hours a day. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, that's not good. I'm not going to get anywhere doing that. And so it was a huge turning point for me when it came to my phone, social media, that stuff. But here's the deal. What this shows me and what question I have to ask you when I read this statistic is, what can you do with that extra 36 days a year? Look, you get off, so you cut that time a day in half. Say you spend a little over an hour a day on social media. You gain 18 days back instantly just by cutting down an hour of time a day on social media. But what could you do with that much time? I know tons of people that aren't here today that wish they had an extra 18 days a year to be able to do things that they wanted to do. And on the flip side of that, you don't have 36 days a year to waste. That's over a whole month of your life a year you're wasting. So say you live 75 years. That's over 75 months of your life that you probably wasted on social media. Now, granted, I know you probably didn't have it when you were a kid, that sort of deal. But just for simple math terms, that's a lot of time to be wasting. And like I said, it was a huge turning point for me when I realized I was spending 6 to 8 hours a day on my phone doing nothing. Essentially doing nothing. I accomplished nothing by being on my phone that much. And chances are, same thing for you. That 2.5 hours or whatever you're spending on social media is not doing it. You're not doing anything on it. You're not accomplishing anything. And so if you have an iPhone, I highly suggest making sure you have the screen time setting on. That way you can track your screen time. Because even now, I use it every week to be able to track, okay, I need to spend a little less time doing this on here or doing that. Just because time is so precious and we can't afford to waste it. And so I want to make sure I'm not wasting it on stupid stuff on my phone. If I get a screen time notification on my work phone saying that I spent so much time like doing emails, posting on social media, that sort of deal, I'm okay with that because I'm getting stuff done. I'm accomplishing stuff by doing that. But if I'm sitting here scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through YouTube Shorts, scrolling through Instagram, I'm not accomplishing anything by that besides frying my brain. And so using that tool really will help you. If you don't have that on, or if you don't have an Apple to be able to do that, just track it. Set a timer, or there's certain things that you can do. I'm sure there's other apps out there that you can use to change it and be able to track it. Hey guys, just wanted to interrupt for just a second to remind you to make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down, let me know what you think of the video so far. Also, don't forget to share this with your friends and get this message out there. I appreciate your support. Thank you for being here today. Now let's get back to the action. What can we do with social media? How do we fix this pandemic of depression and anxiety with social media? Well, first thing that we can do with social media is we can use it to eliminate toxicity. So much stuff on social media is toxic. But if you can change the narrative by what you put out there, by what you contribute to social media. If you're not contributing at all, that's not a bad thing. But if you are constantly consuming bad stuff, bad content, if you're constantly consuming things that don't help you in any way, even there's some good stuff is too much of a good thing is bad. But so what you need to do, even if you're not posting content, go through what you are following on social media and sit there and just simply ask yourself, Is this helping me or not? And if it's not, unfollow it immediately. I mean, it's simple as that. I cut what I was following down by probably 70 to 80% just because it wasn't worth my time. And you're probably like, well, this is my friend from high school, but when was the last time you really talked to him? I mean, honestly, I'm not saying it to be rude or anything like that. And it's not rude to unfollow somebody if you're trying to help yourself. It's just not. And if they think you're rude for doing it and you haven't talked to them in years, then sucks for them, because I mean, really, you need to put you first, and then you can worry about others after that. And so what you need to do after that is, after you eliminate the toxicity, eliminate just the useless stuff that you're following on social media, you need to fill that void with some positive stuff. Some positive influencers, just positive content. So go out, just research some people that are putting out great content to help you, to help with self-development, to develop you into a good leader, a good person, and just follow those accounts. Don't follow too many, though. I will say that, just because, like I said, too much of a good thing can be bad. So make sure you're just filling that void with positivity, and maybe you are the one that fills that void with positivity. You start posting positive content. It doesn't have to be a podcast. It doesn't have to be a video of actually you. But by making just a post with a background and some words that's positive, you can have an impact on people's lives and how social media is perceived by people and just what people get out of it. And so then, what you can do with social media, the thing that social media is great for and isn't utilized enough for is, and it actually, what a lot of people don't realize social media is used for, is you can use social media to create your personal brand. Whether you like it or not, in today's world, you have a personal brand. Everybody does. Whether you have a business or not, you have a personal brand. What you project out there is what people think of you. It's your brand. So whether you are starting a business or going to a job interview or just whatever you're doing in day-to-day life, what people see on your social media is what they're going to associate with you. So if you're posting ridiculous memes every day on social media, people are going to probably not take you seriously. They're going to think you're immature, just all that negative connotation with it. But if you're putting out stuff that is talking about growing as a person, growing as a leader, embracing family, just all that positive stuff, people are going to have a positive connotation with you when they see your name, when they see your face. And that can really help you when it comes to getting a job, building a business, or just in relationships. So using social media to create your personal brand is a must. And you need to make sure that what you're putting out there is what you truly want people to see you as. And then the last thing that you need to use social media for, which was the initial intent of what social media was for, was using it to truly connect with people. But don't just use it to connect with old people that you used to know. Use it to connect with new people. Because if you're posting content or if you are consuming content, there's people behind it. And so use that stuff to connect with them, because if you're following an account that posts leadership content and you're really wanting to develop your leadership skills, just start commenting on it. It helps them, but then they see it too, and they might start interacting with you a little bit, and before you know it, you can learn more deeply from them than just their content. And vice versa on that. If you're putting out content and you get people interested in it and they start asking you questions, you're able to have that deeper relationship to help them grow and understand what's going on more. So with that being said, social media is a double-edged sword that most everyone falls to, including myself. We have got to realize that our society is being destroyed and demoralized by social media. We need to flip the script on what social media is doing to our world. We need to use it to grow personally and grow together as a community. Social media was initially created so people could connect from all over the world. Now it has become a platform to people to show off and flaunt their stuff, for people to shake their butts on, and it's become a weapon to poison our minds. Enough is enough. It's time to put an end to all this bullcrap and start taking action to flip the script, to make a change on this world. At some point, we've got to decide to stand up and fight for our lives. Our lives are truly at stake with this. Truly. Because if people are choosing to kill themselves based on social media, just because of what they see on social media, that is a problem. And if you don't think it's a problem, then you've got bigger problems coming your way too. Social media can be a great thing. It can. But until we are able to use it completely for good, we need to fight to put an end to the bad. So when are you going to get fed up enough to do something about it? For me, what I am doing is this right here. I am doing this, putting out this content to try to help you to wake up and show you action to take to make the world better. Because nobody is going to come in and save it for us. We have to be the hero in our own story. And the only thing that you have to do is decide to be that hero and then go out and be it. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you really enjoyed this episode of the JS Show. I hope you got tons of value from it. Just all I ask is that you please subscribe and share it with your friends and family. And just let me know what you think. Truly, let me know what you think. The comments help me more than you know. And not only do they help me be able to be better prepared to be able to put out better content, but they also push the algorithm probably the most. But yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you being here so much, more than you will ever know. But that is it for today. So make sure you're subscribed. Go check out my social media pages. Speaking of social media, I put out lots of shorts, lots of reels, and then some bonus content. So yeah, make sure you're following me on those. Other than that, I really appreciate you guys. I just want you to know that. But success takes work. Work takes time, and time is limited. So go out and be great. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.